So here we are with all these stashes of years probably of buying marking tools. I do embroidery work, so I need marking tools to do placement. I also do markings on applique to put the design on an applique piece of fabric, and I also do it for the long arm quilting. So I just wanted to share different types of pencils. So I'm going to name them off. So this is chalk pencils, regular art chalk pencils that you could buy at any Michael's, Hobby Lobby. These are artist pencils, and so it's just chalk. This is also a Pons and Porter's. I told you I love them. This is a great marking pencil. The only issue is, and I'll show you in a minute, the lead tends to kind of break off on me sometimes. But this is a great one. Another marking pencil is Pons and Porter's. This has a roller on it, and it has a refill cap. You can refill this. And so this is Pons and Porter's. And then these are friction pens. You're supposed to put heat on them, and the pen literally dissolves. Really, I think it's an erasable pen because this you're supposed to erase it on paper. But quilters like it because you could use heat to erase the markings. But my issue is they say when it comes to cold temperatures, the mark comes back. I don't know. So then this is another type. I'm sure you've seen these at Joann or Hancock Fabrics or any fabric store. These are other marking tools. It comes with a package of a whole bunch of chalk pencils. So this is chalk. This is supposed to be a, I don't know what company this is, but it's supposed to be a stone that was supposed to mark on fabric for dark fabrics. Honestly, don't waste your money, but we'll talk about that in a minute. This is clover. It's supposed to disappear with heat. It's a fine line white pencil for dark fabrics, and we're going to talk about this pen because so we're going to go there. Pons and Porter's, I know I just talked about them. They made a water-soluble graphite pen, and it comes in a set of two. I think it came out for like $6-7. So shout out to Pons and Porter's again. And so I know you guys have seen this. I don't know if it's Dritz or Clover, but this is a fine line marking pen. You know, you see that I bought two. We're going to talk about these two because they suck. And so I went to the store yesterday because I'm a little bit frustrated looking for good marking pens, and the lady told me to try these. So these are Dritz disappearing ink marking pencils, and I think you use water for it to disappear. And so I went and got the white, the blue, and then they had hot pink and this one and that one. And so we're gonna try these. So here I am. I have, for the cotton lovers in the house, this is a Petite. My issue with it is you can mark on it and you don't see it. And like right there, you don't see it. And almost like you have to go back and forth on top of that marking tool. I tend to, when I'm marking a design, especially when I have it on the long arm quilting machine, I don't have time to be remarking. So as you can barely see, now it starts to kind of show. Not even really. And so honestly, these pens suck. Water soluble, so we're gonna go water soluble graphite pencil. And so I think it's a pretty good pencil. It's smooth. It writes clearly. I can do a heart. You know, it's just like a regular pencil. I hope you guys can see that. So I kind of like this, but we're gonna test it on the water soluble. I just got these from Dritz. I wanted to try them out, and so and here's the light pink. Isn't that awesome? So that's that one. Here's the purple from that same company. These cost like $6.99, and then I just have to do it once, and look how pretty it writes on there. So these are water and air, and they'll dissolve. I guess when you just leave the project, they won't be there anymore. So these are water and air, and so and it really is dissolving in water. Now you can still see it there, but I'm sure after you wash it, it will be gone. Like right there, it's gone. Completely gone. Now you can still see the... Completely gone. There we are. Well, it's still a little bit there. But like these, this one is gone and these will be gone. Now the issue with this one is after a while, it'll dissolve in air. It's like a regular pen. Write my name, Lorena. Now, these are chalk pencils. I love this one. It rolls. And so when you're doing like a long straight line, it just rolls and you can see the chalk right there. I like these a lot because, but the tip is chunky. And so when you make a big line, I don't know if you see it there, it makes a huge mark. And so one of the benefits of doing work with chalk is that, like here with the Pons and Porter, you can wash it off or rub it off. Like I'm rubbing it off right there. And you can even get a wet cloth and just rub that marking out. Now the issue with rubbing your fabric too much is it starts to kind of hinder the fiber, and it starts to be a problem with the fiber, and the fiber starts to get kind of furry. But the blessing with fabric is it contracts and expands, and that's why you can wear a pair of blue jeans after you get them in the dryer. They're real tight, and then after a period of time, the fiber in the fabric starts to expand. So these are the friction pens, and I have my iron ready. And completely gone. Completely gone. You don't see any of the markings. Now with the chalk, you still need to wash your fabric, of course, and do that. So let's do some dark fabrics. These for a black quilt that I did for this lady, and the stupid ink wouldn't dissolve. It wouldn't disappear. And so I ended up having to get an eraser and rub the ink off because it was supposed to be with heat. Like you're supposed to do it with heat here. And like here, it will not disappear. It would not disappear. They're both Clover. They're both pens. And this one took forever to show. And if you see there, I still have that stupid marking pen. And I literally panicked. So what I started doing is I got an eraser, like this has an eraser, and I started rubbing the ink off the fiber. And you can see it's starting to come off. But I noticed that if you see here, when I'm trying to put a design, you don't want your fabric to move because you have a pattern on it. It just grabs that fabric. But if you wet it, it just glides the line on there. So that's what I learned. These are artist pencils. So it's chalk, it comes off. You can rub it off the fabric. Just like that. But so this chalk pencil is great. It just makes a big thick line. And if you notice on this chalk pencil, it doesn't grab the fabric as much. And dark fabrics is called a marking tool for dark fabrics. Honestly, I wasted my money. So here I want to make a straight line, and you can really barely see it. And there I'm trying to, it does mark, but I don't know. You can barely see it. And I'm getting old. I need to see right. I want to see it like this. I want to. So my favorite is Pons and Porter's water-soluble graphite. My other favorites, I really do like these. I really do like these. They were $8 for a set of 2. I think I'm gonna like the water-soluble one more. But these are pretty good. They mark nice. They really show a lot, and they're not that expensive. Well, my recommendation, you do whatever you want. They also have these in purple. I recommend you never buy these, but free will, right? I wish I never bought them. I'm not going to use them. They're just going to sit around and waste time. And honestly, I really thought and had hope for these Clover white marking pens. I really did. But they're like these. It takes forever for the marking to show. You don't see it. And I don't know. The heat for me did not remove it. Unless I got something wrong. So no to those. I do like my chalk pencils for dark fabrics. The only thing is make sure if you want a really clean, solid line, to make sure you wet the pencil. These are artist chalk pencils. And these are okay, but I wouldn't use them for a show quilt. I would be too scared that after all the work I've done, I'm going to have them, the marking lines are going to be on there. Sometimes marking lines are ugly. I do like these. The line is kind of thick, but nothing like chalk, man. And they have refills for this. These are my favorite. Especially when you're doing a straight line, like I'm doing a lot of quilter grid marks for my embroidery. But also someone used these for their binding, making sure they have a straight binding strip. They measured the front and the back. And so these are great. So I hope this tutorial on marking tools helps. Have a wonderful day.